Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss a play as the holiday season rolls in. Fans of the Washington Commanders are feeling a mixture of hope and frustration. There's no denying that this 2025 campaign has been one of the more challenging stretches in recent memory for the franchise, and much of that struggle comes down to the health of key players. Particularly at the quarterback position, Jayden Daniels, the young signal caller who has shown flashes of brilliance, has spent far too much time on the sideline nursing injuries, and his absence has been felt on every level from the locker room leadership to the in-game execution. The most recent setback, a dislocated elbow, was a heart-stopping moment for anyone watching live. The immediate reaction from fans and analysts alike was concern, mixed with the sobering reality that injuries can derail a season in the blink of an eye. Thankfully, reports now suggest that Daniels has avoided major damage and could be on track to make a return sooner than many expected, with sources indicating that Week 14 against the Minnesota Vikings is the likely target for his comeback. The timing could not be more critical, as the Commanders sit at 3-8 and are searching for anything that can provide a spark, not only in terms of wins but in regaining a sense of identity that has seemed elusive all season for a team that has been riddled with injuries. Daniels' potential return represents more than just a player coming back to the field. It's a potential turning point in how the remainder of the season is approached. There's a debate brewing among fans and analysts. Should Daniels suit up for the remaining games if the team is already out of playoff contention? Or should the coaching staff take a more cautious approach to ensure he enters the offseason fully healthy and ready to build on what could be a promising 2026 campaign? The argument for playing Daniels is simple: momentum matters, even in a season that has largely gone off the rails. Seeing the team rally around its starting quarterback could reinvigorate both the locker room and the fan base, providing a glimpse of what the future could hold if the pieces fall into place. At the same time, the risk is real. Another injury at this stage could have serious repercussions, not only for Daniels' long-term health, but also for the perception of leadership in the organization. Front office decisions and coaching choices are always under the microscope in situations like this, and one misstep could lead to unnecessary scrutiny at a time when stability is desperately needed. Week 14 presents a unique opportunity for the Commanders, both in terms of competition and optics, facing the Minnesota Vikings, a team that has a solid defense masterminded by Brian Flores, will be a true test of Daniels' readiness. This is not a soft return, this is a baptism by fire, a chance for the quarterback to measure himself against a defense capable of exploiting any rust or hesitation. For the Commanders, it's a chance to see how the offense can function when the most important piece is finally back. Under center, the surrounding talent, which has been inconsistent at times but still possesses potential, could benefit from Daniels' presence in ways that statistics don't fully capture. Leadership, decision-making, and the intangible energy that a starting quarterback brings are all factors that could shift the dynamics of the team in ways that go far beyond just the final score. The narrative heading into Week 14 is not just about whether the Commanders can win a game, it's about signaling a return to competitive football, about reminding fans and players alike that despite a tumultuous season, there is reason to believe in what the future might hold. The risks, however, cannot be ignored. Jayden Daniels has already faced a slew of injuries in 2025, and while each individual incident has been handled with care, the cumulative toll is always a concern. A dislocated elbow, while now reportedly minor, is a stark reminder of how delicate a quarterback's position truly is. Every throw, every hit, every scramble carries potential consequences. The coaching staff, led by Dan Quinn, has a decision that could define the rest of the season and potentially influence Daniels' career trajectory. Bringing him back too soon could lead to criticism if something goes wrong, but holding him out entirely might be seen as overly cautious, especially in a year when opportunities for positive narratives are few and far between. The balance is precarious, and the scrutiny will be intense, with social media, sports commentators, and fan opinion all converging on what the right choice should be. Yet, for a team that has largely struggled to find its footing, there is a clear upside to taking the calculated risk. Even a handful of strong performances from Daniels could reignite excitement in Washington, restore some confidence in the offensive unit, and set the stage for a much-needed off-season reset. It's also worth considering the broader implications of Daniels' potential return. The Commanders' culture has been tested this year, not just by losses, but by injuries, inconsistent performances, and moments of visible frustration on and off the field. Bringing back a young, talented quarterback who has the respect of his teammates could serve as a catalyst for rebuilding that culture before the season officially ends. Practices, meetings, and game day environments shift dramatically when a key leader is present, and Daniels' return might bring a renewed sense of purpose to a group that has struggled to find its identity. For fans, seeing their quarterback back in action could also restore some optimism, showing that the franchise is committed to competing and developing talent, rather than merely enduring a lost season. The optics, while subtle, matter. In sports, momentum isn't only measured by wins and losses. It's also measured by morale, energy, and belief. Jayden Daniels' presence could be the spark that elevates the team beyond its current 3-8 record and injects a sense of belief that has been missing for months. Looking ahead to the matchup against the Vikings, it's clear that this is not just another game. Minnesota presents a legitimate challenge. With a disciplined defense that has proven capable of disrupting even the most confident quarterbacks, Brian Flores has instilled a level of preparation and strategic thinking in his unit that can exploit hesitation, miscommunication, or even the smallest errors. For Daniels, this is a proving ground, a chance to show that he can overcome adversity, step into high-pressure situations, and lead a team that has endured far more challenges than expected. The skilled players around him, who have had to carry a disproportionate burden in his absence, will undoubtedly feel a renewed sense of energy with their leader back on the field. Chemistry, timing, and trust are all factors that could benefit from even a short period of game action, and the Commanders could see tangible improvements in offensive execution if Daniels can perform at or near his previous level. This isn't about playoff seeding, it's about reclaiming identity, setting a standard, and showing that even in a difficult season, resilience is possible. Ultimately, the story of Jayden Daniels and the 2025 Washington Commanders is one of highs and lows, of potential and setbacks, and of decisions that could reverberate far beyond the immediate results. The Week 14 return against the Vikings carries weight, both symbolically and practically, as the franchise seeks to find meaning in a season that has largely been disappointing. Daniels' ability to perform, stay healthy, and lead his team underlines the importance of timing, strategy, and calculated risk in professional football. Whether the outcome is a win, a competitive showing, or even just a glimpse of what's to come in 2026, the return of Jayden Daniels represents hope, opportunity, and a chance to redefine the narrative for the Commanders and their fans in a year of challenges. This moment could be the turning point, the spark that reminds everyone why football is not only a game of statistics, but a story of resilience, leadership, and the pursuit of excellence, even when the odds seem stacked against you. As the season winds down, all eyes will be on Washington, on Jayden Daniels, and on a franchise seeking to close the chapter of 2025 with a sense of pride, determination, and optimism for what lies ahead. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Washington is buzzing with whispers that could shake the very foundation of their defense. Word on the street is that the Commanders have made a move that has fans, insiders, and analysts alike scrambling to process the implications. Drake Jackson, the defensive force whose name has been echoing in scouting reports for years, is reportedly making his way to the nation's capital, and the sheer potential of this addition has sparked a wildfire of speculation. Imagine the kind of energy a player like Jackson brings, someone who can disrupt plays before they even start, someone who possesses that rare combination of speed, strength, and instinct that turns ordinary defensive schemes into game-breaking fortresses. Washington fans have been yearning for a spark, a true catalyst to reinvigorate the defensive line. And if these rumors hold any water, Jackson could be that exact piece of the puzzle they've been missing for so long. Analysts have already started dissecting what this could mean for the front seven, debating the alignment changes, the potential shifts in blitz packages, and how his arrival might elevate everyone around him. This isn't just a signing, it's a statement, a proclamation that the Commanders are serious about reasserting dominance in the trenches where games are often won or lost before anyone even notices. The mere mention of Jackson's name sends defensive coordinators into late-night strategy sessions, trying to figure out ways to counteract the unique threat he poses. He's the kind of player who forces quarterbacks to second-guess reads, running backs to adjust routes, and offensive lines to question every snap assignment. Rumors suggest that his presence alone could be enough to alter the psychology of opposing teams, making Washington not just a challenge, but a looming nightmare on any game day. What's most intriguing about this potential acquisition is how it fits into the broader narrative of the Commanders' defensive philosophy. There's talk that Jackson isn't just coming in to fill a vacancy, he's being positioned as the cornerstone of a new era of defensive aggression. Sources hint at an environment where pressure, disruption, and intimidation are prioritized, and Jackson could very well be the anchor around which that identity solidifies. The timing of this move has raised eyebrows, too, with insiders speculating about the domino effect it might have on other roster decisions. Could Jackson's arrival trigger additional acquisitions, shifts in draft strategy, or even positional battles that redefine the depth chart? The mere speculation is enough to keep fans glued to their screens, refreshing news feeds, and diving deep into tape analysis. Every fan, casual or diehard, begins to envision the kind of havoc a player of his caliber could wreak on opposing quarterbacks, how his penetration could collapse backfields, and how his athleticism might turn routine plays into highlight reel moments. It's the kind of rumor that spreads fast, the kind that ignites conversations not just about the upcoming games, but about the entire trajectory of a team that has long been hungry for defensive identity. Adding to the excitement is the cultural and locker room impact Jackson is rumored to bring. Beyond the stats, beyond the tackles for loss, there's a personality, a presence, a swagger that insiders claim energizes teammates. Players reportedly respond to that energy, lifting their own performances, feeding off the aura of a proven disruptor. Coaches dream about having someone who can not only perform at an elite level, but also elevate the mental and emotional intensity of every practice, every huddle, every pregame preparation. Rumor has it that veteran leaders are already seeing Jackson as a mentor figure, someone who can help younger players develop instincts, refine techniques, and adopt a mindset that transforms potential into execution. The locker room, always a crucible of morale and chemistry, could suddenly feel like a place buzzing with electricity, anticipation, and perhaps a touch of intimidation for visitors who hear whispers of what's coming in Washington. It's the kind of story that makes analysts on sports talk shows lean forward, adjust their microphones, and speculate wildly, because moves like this have ripple effects that extend far beyond the field. Speculation about Jackson's fit within defensive schemes has become a hot topic across podcasts and online forums. Some argue that his ability to play multiple positions along the defensive front gives Washington unprecedented flexibility, allowing coordinators to disguise intentions, rotate personnel seamlessly, and maintain relentless pressure without tipping plays. Others focus on his motor, a relentless pursuit of the ball that makes him a nightmare for offensive coordinators trying to design blocking schemes. Every hypothetical snap involving Jackson is being analyzed, every potential matchup with elite offensive linemen debated, and fans are already imagining the highlight clips that could emerge, from bone-jarring sacks to perfectly timed tackles for loss. Even fantasy football enthusiasts have chimed in, pondering whether this move could shift scoring dynamics and defensive matchups league-wide. The internet is alight with clips of Jackson's college highlights, past professional games, and breakdowns of his explosive speed off the line, each one fueling more chatter, more excitement, and more anticipation. The timing of these rumors has also triggered conversations about Washington's long-term strategy. Could Jackson's rumored arrival signal a shift toward prioritizing defensive dominance over offensive spectacle? Some insiders suggest that the franchise is doubling down on its identity, building a defense so formidable that opponents must game plan entirely around surviving the front seven. Jackson could very well become the linchpin in that strategy, the player who embodies the vision of a team willing to enforce its will physically, mentally, and strategically. Speculation is rife about how his leadership and versatility could influence coaching decisions, personnel rotations, and even in-game adjustments. Observers are dissecting every angle, from potential sack totals to pressures per game, from forced fumbles to quarterback disruptions. And the narrative that emerges is one of transformative potential. Jackson is being painted as not just a player, but a symbol of Washington's intent to reclaim respect, fear, and dominance in the league. Of course, no rumor of this magnitude is complete without whispers of potential obstacles, negotiations, contracts, and fit always have the capacity to derail even the most tantalizing prospects. Fans are hanging on every snippet, analyzing social media hints, cryptic comments from team executives, and subtle signals during press conferences, speculation about Jackson's preferences, his comfort with certain schemes, and his potential impact on team chemistry has fueled debates that stretch from casual fan boards to professional commentary shows. Every angle is scrutinized, every potential what-if scenario magnified, creating a perfect storm of anticipation and excitement. And while nothing is confirmed, the sheer magnitude of this rumor has turned casual observers into die-hard analysts overnight. Washington's front office, whether intentionally or not, has created an atmosphere of intrigue, discussion, and speculation that keeps the rumor mill spinning relentlessly. Beyond the tactical considerations, there's the narrative of redemption, transformation, and assertion of dominance that fans are drawn to. Jackson's arrival is framed as more than a transaction. It's a story of potential evolution, the kind of subplot that makes the sport not just a game, but an ongoing drama. Fans are imagining scenarios where his presence changes the tone of matchups, the tenor of rivalries, and even the psyche of the league. Commentators speculate about how Jackson could redefine what it means to play defense for the Commanders, elevating the team to new heights and perhaps even altering the balance of power across the league. The excitement is palpable, the conversation ceaseless, and the anticipation electric. Every fan interaction, every thread online, every podcast segment reinforces the notion that Washington could be on the brink of a defensive revolution, one anchored by a player whose mere reputation demands respect and attention. And so, the buzz continues, growing louder by the hour, swirling through locker rooms, fan communities, and media outlets alike. Drake Jackson, if these rumors prove accurate, is more than a signing. He is a catalyst for speculation, a source of hope, and a symbol of transformation for a defense eager to assert itself. Analysts debate his immediate impact, commentators dream up highlight reels, and fans imagine the roar of the crowd. As plays unfold with new intensity, the narrative is rich with possibility, fueled by whispers that grow louder with each passing hour. And whether or not Jackson officially dons the Commanders' colors, the very idea of his arrival has already begun to shape conversations about the future of the team, the identity of the defense, and the thrilling, unpredictable drama that is the NFL. The buzz is irresistible, the rumors insatiable, and the anticipation almost tangible as Washington prepares, whether officially or in imagination, to embrace a new era in defensive prowess, one that promises disruption, domination, and a story that could echo for seasons to come. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.